Good morning, Facebook. Hello, YouTube. However you're checking us out, hello. I am live right now. It is Thursday morning at about a little after 8 o'clock, 8:15. I'm going to make this a quick one because I have another appointment. I've been on the phone for a good hour and a half this morning. Good hour. I do some of my coaching calls with other restaurant owners on Thursday mornings. So I am about to talk about my potentially disastrous day yesterday, and it might be normal for the restaurant industry. And what the plan is for today, what's happening this weekend. See a bunch of people logging on. Thank you very much. I'm just going to look on my computer here and get live going here so I can respond to any comments. It is going to be a beautiful weekend, it looks like, weather-wise here in Ellenville. So that's a good thing because we do our lobster bakes outside on the street, and the village closes off the streets, the block here, and the restaurants are allowed to put their tables and chairs outside, and you're allowed to get food and drinks from restaurants and then head outside. So, Michael's just dropped a comment. Good morning, Michael. National Tequila Day tomorrow. How did I miss that? I missed, because this morning, so when we do our marketing, I was working with one of our clients this morning, with some marketing ideas coming up for August. So I was looking at the August food calendar. So every day of the year, there's at least one national food holiday. So was really going through August's food holidays because like the August 3rd is National IPA Day. August 8th is International Beer Day. So there's some really good things coming up in August that we're going to promote. So apricot pineapple margaritas. That sounds delicious, Michael. So National Tequila Day tomorrow. So we'll have to do a tequila special tomorrow, I guess. Tomorrow, Friday, the 24th, we'll have to do a tequila special. Thank you for reminding us about that, Michael. We will do something cool. So apricot pineapple margaritas. That sounds cool too. I'm assuming, Michael, we'd be using your apricot infusions. Michael is the owner of this great company that makes black fig vodka and this gold apricot infused vodka. This is really an amazing product here. We've been using it for quite some time. If you're using Figenza, which is a fig vodka from, I think, the Mediterranean somewhere, if you try the black fig, you'll never go back to Figenza vodka. This fig vodka is amazing, made right here in the U.S. And Michael, the owner, is actually online with us right now. So, Michael, thanks for tuning in. And so Jamie's online too, I saw. So Jamie, we'll have to do a margarita special for tomorrow, some kind of margarita promotion. All right. So, Jamie's saying stay tuned to my Facebook live tomorrow. All right. So a couple of things. Actually, I got to get another phone call here really in 12 minutes. Literally have another phone call this morning. I love to do work early in the morning because there's less distractions. So several people have been asking me every week about the vitamin C that I was taking. I haven't talked about the vitamin C in a while. Folks, your immune system is the difference all the time. Build your immune system, build your immune system, build your immune system. So people are asking me, got another message yesterday, I was looking for your vitamin C video. So I'm gonna talk about vitamin C really quickly and what I do. So I use Life Extensions. I don't get any money from Life Extensions, and I've sent them a ton of business this year. People ask me all the time for Life Extensions. So where do you buy your vitamins from? I love Life Extensions because they have a health counselor that will talk to you. So for example, if you call them and say, I have XYZ wrong with me, they'll take you from an order taker, a salesperson on the phone to a health counselor, to a professional health counselor, and they can talk and send you all the peer-reviewed studies of what you're going through and the supplements that will benefit that. And it's really great. I mean, they send tons and tons of literature on the email on peer-reviewed studies and all this double stuff. It's great stuff. They also publish a magazine every month if you're a member that is packed with tons of great healthy lifestyle information. So it's just a great company all around. They're a very educational company as well as a vitamin company. So they love educating. All right, so now I take their effervescence vitamin C. I take a couple other vitamin C, so this is the main vitamin C I take. So what I do is I mix it into my water. So this right here is about 6 grams of vitamin C. I just mix it into my water, and you can see it fall in, and I stir it, and I'll drink this water over the next couple hours. And that's how I constantly load myself all day with vitamin C. I have not been sick in over 2 years. And I really started doing a lot of vitamin C once COVID hit, because I know that your immune system is the game changer. So I'm really, really into keeping myself healthy. So I've not had, a fever, body ache, anything like that in well over 2 years. So vitamin C, there you go. So this will clear up a little bit. This is a little effervescence. If you call Life Extensions, they're going to walk you through lots of different vitamin Cs. They sell their own brands. They sell other brands. I bought vitamin C for my son yesterday because he's on his way to college in a couple of weeks. So I wanted to make sure that he had the proper vitamin C for him to be taking. He's playing baseball. So there you go. Now, I want to talk about, before I talk about the disaster we had yesterday, the massive disaster we had yesterday, and what we're doing about it, which is normal in the restaurant industry, by the way. Burger night tonight, $9.99. To-go burgers, $9.99 tonight. 647-3000. Call your order in early. We sell a lot of our to-go burgers for $9.99. Just recently, when COVID hit, we increased the size of our burger, and we put it on a pretzel bun. 2 big upgrades to the burger. People are loving it. It's a nice sized burger. It's on this pretzel bun, GMO free. Has all the cool accolades that we look for, and we look for to buy products here. So it has all of that. Tomorrow, lobster bakes. We are doing lobster bakes. We sold well over 100 lobster bakes last weekend. Again, I actually ran out of oysters, so hopefully we'll have enough this weekend for all of that. So 647-3000. Call it day of. We're doing patio dining outside in our back garden. We have plenty of space back there. We can socially distance, I think, 11 or 12 tables now. We added another table right by the pond the other day, because on Monday night we were packed here. Monday night we were rocking and rolling, jam-packed. We were turning people away. So hopefully we won't have to do that that much, because we don't like turning people away. We like to accommodate as many people as we can, but it kills us when we have to. So we're sorry if you got turned away, if we ran out of oysters. Hopefully we'll have enough this weekend. That's the game plan. So yesterday's disaster. So Jamie and I take Wednesdays off. Wednesdays is our day off. Tuesdays too, so we were up in Cortland on Tuesday watching Justin play baseball, and we got back late Tuesday night. And Wednesday yesterday, the Farm Hub came and delivered food from 4 or 5 different farms. Typically, what the standard protocol is on Wednesdays, because we're typically not here, is they have access to my cooler outside. They open up the gate. They go into the cooler. The cooler's spots cleaned out for them. They put ground beef in there. This week they put shishito peppers. They put a bunch of cool stuff, mushrooms, some cheeses, some charcuterie from local farms. 5 or 6 farms we got from this Farm Hub. And usually gets put in there. And then on Thursdays, when the staff comes in, they go in the cooler and put it downstairs into our big walk-in cooler, which is our main cooler. And for some reason, I said yesterday, I was here, and I told the guy, I said, don't put it in the cooler outside. I'll take it downstairs when I get a chance. So lo and behold, I take the boxes down, and I go right to the big walk-in cooler. I walk up to the big walk-in cooler, and I'm like, you've got to be kidding me. Cooler's broken. Cooler is broken. Temperature is too high. Now, we monitor all the coolers a couple times on a daily basis, because at nighttime when we go through our closing checklist, we go through and make sure all the temperatures and everything has digital readouts on the coolers, so we can see all the digital readouts. And I look at the temperature, and I'm like, oh my gosh. But imagine if I wouldn't have done that and I would have gone down there this afternoon, it would have been a disaster down there. Things would have smelled. It would have been like insane. And to get somebody to work on refrigeration is not easy, folks, in the restaurant industry. You just can't make a phone call and have somebody here in an hour to work on your refrigerator, because there's 15 other restaurants that person's working with, that company's working with, that have the same situation as me. Coolers go out constantly, so it's part of it's the name of the game in the restaurant industry. Low freon, it builds up with ice, a condenser. Compressors happen to go. They don't work efficiently when it's humid out. Something as as simple as a staff member leaving a door cracked open in a cooler, not closing it all the way, will allow humidity to get inside the cooler. When it gets in the cooler, what happens when you take ice water on a hot day and you stick it on the counter? It perspires. Well, if you leave a cooler door cracked open and humidity starts getting in, that humidity then condenses like a glass of ice water, and it goes onto the coils of the cooler, and then it freezes over and the cooler stops cooling. And then all of a sudden you have to then defrost the cooler all the way, get all that off the coils, and then restart the cooler. That happens a lot. That is known to happen to our beer cooler from time to time. So the cooler temperature's too high. I open it up and I'm like, you've got to be kidding me. We're supposed to be going to a graduation party. Jamie and I are going out. This is literally 2:30 yesterday. We're supposed to be going out, doing something first, then going to a graduation party. I look at her and I go, we're going to be delayed 3-4 hours right now. And she's like, I'm like, look at the cooler. She's like, oh my gosh. So her and I stripped the cooler. I had one employee come in to help a little bit. Stripped the cooler, went through things. Now, certain things aren't bad, like pineapples, because they won't go. Apples, pears, olives, pickles, things like that won't go bad. But all the meats and everything, good thing we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 other coolers. We literally have 5 other coolers where we keep product. But a lot of product ended up going to the garbage. We file an insurance claim. And so the thing was, we have business interruption service. So the thing was, do we not open at all today was the question we asked each other. Do we not open at all? We're taking a big loss here. And it takes a lot of manpower to get all that food back prepped. Granted, we have all that food in the kitchen as well that's been in a proper cooler that we have, already, 12 orders of wings in the cooler, but the other 20 orders of wings are downstairs in the walk-in that are going in the garbage. We have 15 orders of brisket in our cooler upstairs, but the other 45 orders of brisket downstairs are garbage. So we're like, well, what do we do? Do we take today off? Do we business interruption? We sit here and prep and this and that, and we're like, that would be the most ideal thing to do is to do that. But then, right now during COVID, when a restaurant closes, when a business closes, people start wondering, like, what's wrong with that business? Are they quarantined? Are they sick? Is somebody sick on staff? So we're like, well, that's not something we want to face right now because everybody here is healthy and fine. But if you close, even for one day, people get confused when you're not supposed to be closed. And, how do we explain to everybody? We're honest with people all the time. Our cooler went down. We lost food. So the name of the game today is I've ordered all this. I've had to restock all food. We literally ordered a ton of food yesterday. A ton of food. How long was it down for? We don't know how long it was down for because at 10 o'clock the night before, it was holding perfect temperature. So at the following day, 8, 9, 10, well, no, not 8, 9, 10, 12 hours, 14 hours later, it's not holding temperature. So there's a 14-hour gap that we're not really sure what the temperature was. So could some of the stuff be fine? Possibly some of the stuff could be fine. Do we take a chance? It's probably not worth taking a chance. We took temperatures of some of the meats and things like that, and some of the meats, they're in big boxes. The centers are perfectly fine when you start taking temperatures of all this. They're in the safe zone. But some of the stuff wasn't, and it's like, oh my gosh. So as we're taking pictures, writing things down, documenting, we're like, well, this is garbage. This might not be garbage. We have to check this out, this and that. But if we were to close today, I think people would be like, oh, that restaurant's closed, or they're closed. What's wrong? Something's going wrong there. So we've decided to full out, all hands on deck today, bring a lot of food back in stock, and rock and roll and open tonight. Our burgers, one of the things that was delivered yesterday was fresh burger meat. So our burgers aren't affected at all because we have fresh burger meat in from the farm. And a lot of our burgers we actually freeze. So we buy them and we actually keep them in the freezer to keep them fresh. But we just literally got fresh burger meat in yesterday from the farm, and that's what prompted this whole disaster. So that's the good news. So we're gonna open tonight. We have plenty of food that wasn't even in that cooler that we can open with. But if we run out of something, that's the reason why, is because it was in that cooler and we just weren't able to salvage it. So, clams, lobster. I mean, you name it was in that cooler that we were just had to say goodbye to. Some of the stuff that we were just uncertain, unsafe with. So it's not worth it taking a chance. We haven't. So you have insurance for. We never really use insurance for that reason. I think we've only ever filed 1 or 2 claims over the course of 18 years for a cooler being down or electric being out. So that is. So we don't really abuse that at all. So we decided to file a claim, and we don't have. I believe we have a 0 deductible for that. So that's it. Televisions. So everybody, thanks for the comments this morning. I appreciate it. Thanks for the people logging on. So everybody have an amazing day. It's 8:30. I have to get on to another phone call here, another appointment. And the good news yesterday was when I called the refrigeration guy, he was here in an hour. He was here within 1 hour and figured out what the problem was. He just pulled back in because he had the chance to change something else in there right now that he couldn't finish yesterday. So the cooler is, back to normal, up and running, so we can stock it up with everything that we need to. So that was the good news. I lucked out yesterday because usually when you call these refrigeration companies and guys, sometimes they're 2 days out. So and this happens to every restaurant. Every restaurant I've ever worked in fact, when I worked at a country club in Westchester County, nice country club, we basically had the refrigeration guy on retainer so he could get there quicker. We literally paid him like $1,500 a month. He just got that. We always made a joke with him that we were paying for his kid's tuition. We literally paid with 2 coolers upstairs, 2 big walk-ins upstairs, 2 big walk-ins downstairs, 4 big walk-ins. He was literally on a retainer because he was there every month. Something was always down and something was 5 walk-ins. Something was always down and something was always broken. And equipment gets old. It doesn't get old. When we first put our walk-in in, we put walk-in in for the first time, brand new 5 years ago, 6 years ago. We spent a lot of money on this walk-in. It was a custom build. Put it in there. Within 2 days, the cooler's broken. We load it up. Within 2 days, the cooler's broken. One of the relay valves, one of the relays or something on it was known to go bad in these brand new coolers. And of course, we experienced it like right off the bat. Day 2, I call my refrigeration guy. I'm like, oh my gosh, it's 71 degrees in here. It's supposed to be 40 degrees. And he's like, whoa, I just put this thing in. Then we call the company, this and that, and sure enough, it's on warranty. But sure enough, they're selling things with this bad relay on it that they sort of know about. And we got one of those units, and it was a disaster to have all that, get a brand new cooler and just think that, oh my gosh, my problems are over with lack of cooler space. Well, all of a sudden now you have to find cooler space for everything you put in it. So the first thing Jamie and I did yesterday when this happened was we literally tore apart. We left everything intact in the cooler because the more you open these coolers that are broken, they'll hold temperature because they're insulated. So we kept the door closed, and we went to our other coolers that we have, and we cleaned them out. And I was like, okay, this has been sitting around for, this jelly or whatever. I'm never going to use it. It's going to go in the garbage. So we had to make a bunch of shelf space in these two other coolers to then take all this stuff out of the big cooler and put it in. We had plenty of room. There's plenty of room. So that was the good news because we took out the pineapple, the apples, the pears, 5 gallons of pickles, things like that. So it took out, that stuff was salvageable. Some of the produce was salvageable. And then one of my staff members who was helping us decided to leave a bunch of produce on the table there last night and not put it in the refrigerator. I don't know what possessed him to do that. And I didn't notice it. And of course, this morning, all that's moldy. So that's more that's going to the garbage. That could have been saved. There was eggplant from the farm and local zucchini from the farm. That probably would have been totally fine. But now all that's garbage. So, normal day in the restaurant industry, folks. This kind of stuff happens all the time where coolers go down, things go down, and it's just part of the business. So, we're lucky that we caught it in enough time, or we're lucky that we have other coolers to store some of the stuff that was still good. All right, folks, thanks for tuning in. Hopefully, we'll see you this weekend. Everybody stay safe, enjoy the weather, get out, take your vitamins, drink your vitamin C, build your immune system, eat good food, get some exercise, fresh air, all that kind of stuff. You know the deal. Stay healthy. All right, folks, talk to you later.